Alright, so last trading day of the week. Last 2-3 days, completely different market than it's been the past few months. Bunch of spikers. Let's go over the main ones. We got Dwac and Phun. This guy, let's see here, was a beautiful open price play that I missed yesterday at 12.73. Down here. And it just went on a tear. Today touched 175 high, over 1,000%. Just insane. Just gonna be looking for a multi-day bounce after this comes down a bit. But just SPACs. So this is a SPAC play. There are a couple other sympathy plays. Phun, I don't think is a SPAC play. Not sure. But it had good news or something. Pretty sure this had news. There's no way it gaps up 500-600%. Okay, so this is news isn't opening. Okay, that's lovely. But both of these today, really no play unless you're a short. They just jump right out of the gate. There's really nothing to base it off of. Maybe VWAP, but it's just right out of the gate. It just takes off, and it's up 600-700% at this point. No, less, 400-500. But yeah, we get a solid move yesterday. It closes right near the highs, and then just kind of takes off after hours to new highs and holds up. And we just get this monster gap and take off to 24. This one's also going to be potential multi-day bounce after a red day. So it's just gonna shorts have their little fun and wait for it to bounce back, just like a bouncing ball. Yeah, there's not really much to say. He just really took off. At no point were you gonna be down. Just kept holding VWAP, kept holding trend, even to after hours. And there's also no aggressive pullbacks. There's nothing that, something like this, somewhere midday here. It kept holding up tight near the highs, whichever high it sets, and just keeps uptrending. Really, there's nothing else to say. Not the lowest float, but the volume was just absolutely insane. They had some partnership deal with some new media from Trump, so that really got people's attention, and shorts just got squeezed. Same thing as I showed here with Phun, just taken off. They both don't have much resistance to look at here. Lighter volume. Just breaking past the 3s, 4s here. So we'll see. For me, these are over. Just waiting for the multi-day bounces. Just up way too much at this point. So what I did was I was looking around at other things. I kept my eye on HX for a potential multi-day bounce. Recent runner here. But that just didn't shape up. So we'll see on Monday if this could find a bottom. Let's see what we start off with. Morning, I really liked Salm. I thought it was a simple, easy previous high day break. Couldn't really play the, what do you call it? Open price play. That was going to be very hard to time as it opened at the very bottom, the very low of the day. So that was going to be hard. But here, I'm actually going to show the daily. So I was looking at this yesterday. Had a couple good trades on it. But here we're approaching 1-year highs in the 470s. 450-ish is the previous high day break, so we're not that far apart. And next resistance level really was looking to be high 5s, low 6s. maybe 7s, high 6s, that area. So this one kind of followed technical analysis to a T. We get a little bit of dipping here, some consolidation. Let's go through this real quick. So we get quick rip. I get a quick small position here, chasing it in the 470s, and it gets halted, takes off. I regret even buying because I chased, because I hesitated at the 450 previous high daybreak. And you can also kind of see pre-market high break, even though pre-market was actually, the high was much higher. This was, you can see, is from a downtrend, and this is where it bottomed out at. But nonetheless, we got a solid momentum shift, holding VWAP, doing good volume, 11 million float, and it was rotating that in the morning, or close to it. It was doing strong volume. But yeah, so I just took it on a dip here. 460 or 463. It was a market order, so somewhere in there. When it was holding here, we had a double bottom, holding previous high at daybreak, right around the area of the 1 year breakout, holding VWAP. And we get this dip here on some lighter volume, so there wasn't much pressure here while it was hanging up and making a higher low. So decided to take a little starter and then smacked it when it was spiking, and from there it was just chill till it really shows that it was going to reverse. But I sold into the 6 area. I believe this one I sold in 6. Had a few trades today, so some of them getting mixed up in my head. But here we go. Solid quick move right into resistance, and shorts take over. So we'll see what this could do on Monday. Right now it's hanging right near the lower end of the day. It would really have to gap up and try to test previous high day again for a potential squeeze. But as of now, this is a no play. It showed me in the morning the pattern that I like. The breakout, previous high day break, holding VO up. So I had a lot of bullish indicators, as well as a lot of things spiking from Phun and Dwac. So those brought in a couple plays. This was one of them. And you know, if you could also play it both sides. After it reaches resistance, starts fading here, you probably get a position in the mid 5s as it's cracking VWAP, getting below where it held that what do you call it? The gap in the halt. So yeah, you could go both ways on this. So there's that. And at the same time, while in that and looking at that, I had CRTD. This is a simple breakout play, all-time highs over the 770s, and yeah, just quite simple, holding VWAP, breaking above and confirming the pre-market high while it's holding trend. Once again, this one was a little hard to kind of see as an open price. It kind of just right out of the gate made a push. I really like to find a range and to have somewhere to go off of, so I like to wait 10-15 minutes before making a trade. So yeah, this guy here, as it was holding up, got a position here as it was breaking the high in the morning, and it was kind of consolidating there right around the all-time highs, but it kept holding trend, higher lows, kept hugging VWAP, volume kept coming in. Once again, we get a solid push, but the dipping here is on relatively lighter volume for what it was moving on. And when it dips and fails to keep breaking, you're holding VWAP. So another bullish indicator here, as well as the pre-market high. So this one had a lot going for it as well. Low float, doing insane volume. You know, the momentum's all there for it, especially with the overall market the past day, 2 days, really warming up. they could run a little bit more. And yeah, so that's that. Just a simple breakout, sold into the 9s at 9 actually. I think I got this one off exactly at 9. And got a quick little push higher. Could have stayed in a little longer, gave it a couple more minutes, but you know, I made over $1 a share in a matter of 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So I wasn't gonna get greedy. At the same time, I was in Salm in the middle of the halt. This halt here. Yeah, so I really wanted to give my attention to this and just see how that one was moving because I had more size in it. So yeah, and this one ended up topping out here right at 10 pretty much. Key level psychologically. And all these really just had that morning push. Late day there wasn't much. There was only one play, which we'll go. No, there's actually two. Ooh, there's two. Let's go over the first one. Similar play to Dwac. SPAC play, low float. This one spiking on a Friday, hitting all-time highs. So this pops up on my radar as it was halted, takes off, and then from there, I was just looking for it to fail to break down. We get this first move. If it fails to break, shorts are for sure getting trapped. With a history like that, they're gonna start smacking it. If it fails to break down, it could certainly reverse, and that's exactly what happened. It was very good with the patience. Took a quick starter here at 13.30, risking 13 as it double bottomed, and I was hoping to add. I thought I was going to consolidate a little more, much quicker than I thought. Added some more in the mid 14s, which actually was not that good. That's not a good add. I should have been adding in the low 14s, high 13s. But hey, it is what it is. And in general, wasn't crazy size with this. I'm not trying to do anything crazy today. I wasn't trying to because the market's only been warm for a day or two. I really want to get some more before, like some more momentum. It's only been a day or two. It could be a solid momentum shift, but until everyone's on board, the market is back to what it was earlier in the year. I'm gonna take my snipes, not be greedy, size down a little bit. But sometimes they pay off if they keep going, as in this case. Average ended up being 14, so that kind of sucked. And then took it off into the high 16s right before it got halted, and then that offered another $2 pretty much before it just failed and faded the rest of the day. We'll see if SPACs warm up. This could be a solid previous high daybreak on Monday, but as of now, it's hanging near the bottom, and just gonna wait till something pops up. But with this, you know, similar thing, just gauging the momentum. You get a solid spike. You do get this aggressive pullback, but even with that pullback, it's making a higher low. Doesn't really seem 11 to 15. That's $4. So yeah, this is holding 50% of its gains right here. And the volume really faded, so there wasn't much more pressure pushing it down. Some buyers came in, shorts started covering, and the rest is history, as you can see. Just keeps going. There's that. But yeah, there's the thing. You could always wait around, say this is going to be the next Dwac, and just hold on. But you never know when they're going to reverse. And if they are really going to take off, there's always going to be another opportunity to buy. Maybe at a higher price, but in that case you're going to be buying high to sell higher. It does work out in some cases, like Dwac, where yesterday after hours into the close, breaking 20 here, failing to break down, making higher lows, breaking the 28-30 area. Many opportunities you could play it Certainly not buying in 1273.13 area for the open price play. But it fails to break down. Volume keeps coming in. It's still uptrending. Sure, it's up a lot, but you got to read the chart, and it's not showing any sign of pullback. And it just goes on a tear, gaps up big, and takes off. So no point in hoping and wishing that it's going to do something like that. Take your quick gains when you got them, because this one ended up being a shitter. Let's see, Mark. This one was beautiful. Here we got, what do you call it? Just not a sympathy play. It doesn't seem like to any of the SPACs. This doesn't look like a SPAC, but not much volume resistance. Solid spike from 90 cents or so to 230 here, and then pretty much in this case, I was honestly completely ignoring it. I was completely ignoring it until it was bottoming out here, making a double bottom. And in that case, I started drawing up some lines, realized we got an ascending triangle. A little bit of washout in volume, and it holds up. We get the push I was looking for. The reversal here kept holding VWAP, making higher lows, holding the trend. And yeah, so I took this from 183, 182, somewhere in the low 180s, and dumped it at 239. Not expecting a fake out, but just in case it faked out, I was up 60 cents or so. So I was close to it, so I wasn't really going to trip about that if it were to keep going. And it ended up cracking, so I got excited, came right back and failed to crack at that level, the 170s. Here, for a sec, it looks like it's going to tank, making a lower high, volume's kind of fading a bit, but then it holds up, it fails to break down, some buyers come in, maybe some shorts getting squeezed, and I decided to take some at 2 into the close, expecting a solid gap up, thinking it could get to the 3s, 3.5, maybe 4, 4.5. But yeah, so it just held on tight. Didn't really break down here, just a little fake out. And then it just took off from 2 to 338 or something like that. All in a matter of 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes. So I ended up taking my quick 50%. And then I regretted selling because it wasn't totally the plan. And then late day when it was grinding back here, I took a small position in the 280s. I do think we might get a little gap up. If it doesn't work out, I did put a small position. But if it does gap up, that small position will pay off. It'll still give me a solid little profit right at the open Monday morning. So yeah, here it's really just the volume. The volume, the float, and market cap are not, or the market cap isn't huge. Float is not that small, but as you can see, rotating it, doing insane volume, failing to break down, holding up trend. What else? They had healthy consolidation. Sure, it's a little choppy, but in times where it's cracking or, not going up and just going sideways, chopping back and forth, it's not on intense volume, so there wasn't a lot of pressure while it was hanging low here, keeping it, God, it's so late, I'm tired, pushing it down more, so there wasn't really much energy. The energy behind the pullback was not that intense, so it would be easy to bring it back up to the level it was at. If it was doing these dips on heavy volume, it's a lot of pressure that is going to have to really pull back from. So, pull back to. So, that, I was just kind of seeing it as a momentum play. It was already up 100% or so, so nothing, it was a little bit, yeah, until the close, 138%. So, nothing I was too comfortable with, but, it's got a little history of spiking. We'll see what happens. I do think we might be able to get to 4. I do think I might be able to get at least $1 on this. It is still holding. Yeah, we'll just see what happens. So, the past 2 days, especially today, I feel like I'm making the same video lessons as I was before. Really just looking at the volume, flow, and news, and just the trend, momentum. Not rocket science. It's just when you get a spiker that's getting shorted, it fails to break down, still holding trend, decent news or whatever it's got. I don't even know if this one has news, if I'm being honest. This one's purely momentum play. Volume was intense, so a little bit longer of a video lesson here, but there was a bit to go over. What's this? This was SGOM yesterday. This was another blank check SPAC play. This one I played yesterday off the 1070-ish all-time high. We get this solid push, fails to break down. The volume kind of faded, so all of this was not on a lot of energy, a lot of pressure weighing it down. It fails to break down around that key level. Some volume starts coming back. You get a little perk here, leading it up to the mid to high 11s. And it just fails to break down, keeps holding VWAP. You got something like what do we got here? I wanted to say inverted head and shoulders, but I can see it more like a cup and handle. Yeah, so we get this reversal, fails to break down, low float, was doing good volume. You get the short squeeze. And, not all short squeezes are going to last 1,000+%. Like these two plays that really got the market back the second half of the week. So, just got to take your snipes when they're there, and you can always rebuy if it's going to squeeze higher. So yeah, I guess that's it for past couple days. Yeah, so market's warming up. Hopefully Monday this action continues. Just need to study up, go over all the material we got. Yeah. Before I start rambling, let's call it a night. Have a great weekend.